Hey guys, this is just a short introduction into this series that I'm doing. I am doing a segment about mounts from the podcast called The Instance. Now, if you're not interested in this and you just want to hear and watch the first episode, just click on the link in the middle of the screen now and it will take you to it. Otherwise, I'm just going to give you a little bit of short information about this series. Now, for some of you that know this podcast already, you might know that this is a non-footage podcast. It's only voice. Now, because of this, and because I'm doing a segment where I have to keep it short and as much into the point as possible, basically having as much information as possible during a short amount of time as possible, this can become a little bit of a problem for the videos that I'm putting up on my channel here on YouTube. So you will sometimes experience that what I'm talking about right now and what you're seeing on the video might not always go in sync. Just to mention an example, this first episode I'm talking about the faction ground mounts. Now obviously there's so much information about vendors, the different vendors for the different mounts, where can you find the vendors, the quartermasters to get the tabards, to get reputation and so on. All these things I want to put in the video, and obviously I can't put all that information in about 2 minutes of footage. So you will hear the segments as I do them, as I send them into the instance, and as they are going to be played on the show. But sometimes the video footage that I put here on YouTube will be longer. So if it goes longer, I'll put a little bit of music in the background, stuff like that. But basically, I have to make the footage, or I have to make the audio as much to benefit the podcast as much as possible. So just keep this in mind while you're watching these videos. Now the reason why I'm doing this segment is for 2 reasons. Obviously, I do it because this is a way for me to get more subscribers, get some exposure so people can find my channel and watch my videos and hopefully like what I do. But I'm also doing it because I'm a huge fan of the podcast. I have been following the podcast now for just around 2 years, something like that. And I am right now working on listening through some of the old Instance episodes because I really enjoy the show. It's a really great show. Obviously, there were some changes with the hosts. One of the hosts were hired by Blizzard actually, and so they got a couple of new guys come in. But the show is still great and I love it, and I wanted to contribute something just because this show has done so much for me and I wanted to give something back. So I decided to do this series, and this is the result of what I came up with. So I really hope you're going to enjoy the next many episodes, and I hope to see you here on YouTube as well. So thanks for now. See ya! Hello Instance listeners, I am Cial of the thewownoobchannel. This is the first of hopefully many episodes to come, where I will be talking about mounts and what you need to do in order to get more mounts into your collection. And because this is the first episode, we are going to start off easy. So this week we are going to talk about your faction ground mounts. Depending on if you play Horde or Alliance, you will have either 35 mounts for the Horde or 33 mounts for the Alliance. In order for you to buy all your faction mounts, you will need to have the exalted reputation with your faction capitals first. Now there are a few ways for you to get the reputation you need. You can choose to do low level quests in either Kalimdor or Eastern Kingdoms. If you do the Argent Tournament dailies in Icecrown, you can get 1000 reputation each day for any of the capital factions you choose. But the best option and the easiest way to get the reputation that you need is to buy a tabard from the faction quartermasters and running level 85 heroic dungeons. Once you have reached the exalted reputation of each of the factions, simply find the racial mounts vendors and buy the mounts that are available. There are a total of 6 factions for the Horde that have available mounts, but there are only 5 factions for the Alliance, as the Worgens use a racial ability called Running Wild, which functions as their racial mount, and only the Worgen can learn this ability. This pretty much covers the racial ground mounts for each of the 2 factions. If you go to my YouTube channel page, you will find video editions of all these segments where you can find additional information, everything you will need to help you in collecting the mount that I bring up on each episode of the instance. So log onto my YouTube channel page at youtube.com/thewownoobchannel. Now that was youtube.com/thewownoobchannel. And be sure to subscribe, that way you will be kept up to date on new videos in the future. Thanks for now, and I hope to catch you all here next week. See ya!